thanks you en van fliek na ons vlaaskywe. Ja, ons is in die kombuis en hierdie keer is ons tema vla or custard like we know it. So earlier, Leigh-Anne mentioned she discovered fried chicken. I discovered Caitlin. How are you?
Good morning. I thought you were going to make me switch to Afrikaans there for a second.
No. Custard slices, they look amazingly yummy. How do we make them?
They are super easy. I remember them from my childhood. This is a recipe that was passed around my hometown of George.
Ah, okay.
So, yeah.
But I remember them with puff pastry.
Yes, I do a shortcut with cream crackers.
Ah, okay. And you caught that milk just in time.
Yeah.
Okay,
so what we're going to do to start is I'm just going to chuck some sugar in here. So I've got some warm milk, well now boiling. And we've got we've put the Selati white sugar in there. You would normally use, if you're using the Demerara or the Muscovado, it would add a very caramelized flavor.
Right.
But we just want, you know, just the sweetness is enough. Right. And then in the bowl here, I'm going to make our custard base. So we've got our egg yolks that are going to go in here. And then we've got a little bit of water.
Okay.
And this is the trick to making very smooth custard, is to mix your starch, all your starches and your egg separately to your milk. And then we're going to add everything together. And that stops the lumps from forming. Nobody likes lumpy custard.
No, not in custard.
Yeah, definitely.
I see you put all the dry ingredients. What is that?
So this is custard powder. We've added corn flour. The custard powder is, I mean, we're really making a custard, but it's just for that flavor. I mean, I remember custard out the box, or my mom used to make it in the microwave.
Ah, okay.
And I associate that flavor with custard. A little bit of salt and some vanilla, of course.
That makes it smell really good as well.
Will you whisk that for me, please?
I'll do it with pleasure. Of course, you can create this at home, of course. Our keyword for today is Selati, so Selati to 33728. And not only will you get a link to the recipe, but you're also going to the draw for that competition to win some Selati sugar hampers, and it contains not just sugar products, but also a lovely apron as well. Now, the consistency is quite
thick.
Yeah.
So then what we're going to do...
Sticky and yummy.
And that, once again, this is the trick to making lump-free custard. We've got our hot milk, and we're going to add it into here. So
How
keep
slowly?
whisking.
Okay, I keep whisking.
This is just, remember, you've got your cold ingredients there, and you've got hot milk. So if you had to add that straight to the hot milk, you'd make scrambled eggs or poached eggs. And nobody likes scrambled custard slices.
We wouldn't want scrambled custard slices.
So you're just going to stir this, and then once the temperature evens out, you can chuck it all in. And then you return this back into the pot and you stir it. And you don't need to be that careful with it. You've got the flour in there. It kind of protects the egg a little bit. And then it will cook out to be really, really thick. So if you'll pass me that one over there.
So how long do you cook it for? Because, I mean, this looks considerably different to our already completed batter and yummy.
So the egg and the flour and all of that will cook out. And you'll get a really, really nice, thick custard over here. And you know when it's ready, when obviously it's this beautiful consistency.
Yeah.
But if you taste it, I mean, you're going to have to taste it.
Yes. It's perfect.
Terrible job.
Did you hear how I say yes after all the tasting?
Yes,
of course.
It's not going to have that floury taste to it, if you know what I mean. And then you know it's cooked. Then we're going to add some whisked egg whites, if you want to pass those there for me.
No problem. So here we go.
So these have just been whisked until stiff peak stage. And that's really important because it's going to add some lightness to our custard slice, because at the moment you can see it's quite dense.
Okay. And I see how you scoop it out there. Okay,
so we're just going to fold this in. Well, the first initial amount, you can just stir just to loosen it up a bit. And then we're going to add the rest.
It smells really good, you know. I love desserts, I really, really do. But today, custard in the kitchen, especially if you just tuned in, we're cooking with custard and we're making beautiful custard slices. And like Caitlin mentioned earlier, we're using a shortcut version, because the ones I know have puff pastry in it. But this time around, no, we're taking the shortcut for sure. How are we going to make this shortcut happen?
Well, what we've got in here is cream crackers. And we've just laid them beautifully in a little baking tray.
Right.
And then we're going to pop our filling over once I've just stirred this a bit.
Okay, so once the filling is over and it's all in there on our crackers, because they're quite loose in here.
Yeah, and the cream crackers work well because they don't absorb a lot of moisture, so they still stay pretty crispy.
Okay.
You can, if you want to bake puff pastry and lay that in, by all means. Ain't nobody got time for that.
So I love how this is a quick solution to making custard slices. It's definitely really quick. Okay.
And then we're just going to pour this in. And then you top your custard with the cream crackers, the second layer. I always make sure that you've whichever ones you've put it in the bottom or on the top, if you know what I mean, so that when you cut them, they all match up. There's a little bit of mat involved there.
And you just pop them on top again?
Yeah, you just pop that on top.
So while you're doing that, our keyword again is Selati. So Selati to 338. 23728. Why are you using that Selati icing snow?
So this, I'm just going to make a little bit of a glacé icing for the top.
Right, for the top.
And it's just a bit of lemon juice.
In the completed product.
So it's just a bit of lemon juice and some icing sugar just to make a paste, and you spoon that on top, and voila.
So to set it like that, it's finished now. There's nothing else happening to it.
You just push the biscuits in. You can pop it in the fridge for a bit, for about an hour or two, and you can slice it. And the most difficult part of these custard slices is eating them without getting it all over your hands, because I don't know how you eat those in a graceful manner.
No, I don't think custard slices should be great for graceful, because that's just how you have it. Well, you can make this at home as well, and our keyword for today is Selati to 33728 to create our beautiful custard slices. A link to the recipe, and also you'll go into the draw for our competition. We'll be back after the break.
The sweetness lingers longer with Selati and espresso.